Welcome to New Zealand's biggest gap year, an epic adventure that my partner Laura and I decided to tackle a few years back. The adventure? 365 activities all around New Zealand in 365 days. And today is day 286, but who's counting? And we are heading to Velocity Valley in Rotorua to check out a lot of epic adventure adrenaline activities. This morning we're arriving at Velocity Valley, which is only about 10-15 minute drive from Rotorua city centre for a day that starts on a high.
Velocity Valley is like an extreme theme park with loads of different really adventure adrenaline activities to do, and the first thing we're trying out is something called the Schweeb.
Okay, so Schweeb might be the most ridiculous name ever, but it's a really fun concept. It's basically an upside down bike inside a capsule on a rail where you can give it all into an amazing one-on-one racing. After a really quick safety briefing, we are told that basically we are gonna be like biking but sitting down and laying down, and it's just a really weird feeling all in all, but it's really cool because the whole capsule is transparent. We can watch each other and race each other. It's really fun, and the team every single time we do a loop is like boosting us, with giving us the time and telling us that the other one is literally just right behind. It's a full-on competition because Laura and I, we are pretty competitive.
We get to do about 3 laps of the Schweeb, and with each lap we're gaining more and more momentum, which means we're going faster and faster. And the monorail sort of goes up and down, giving us more momentum as well. And on the outside of our capsules we have a camera which is filming the entire thing and taking loads of photos, which is really cool. After Robin has demonstrated that he is the ultimate Schweeber because he got the best time, we are moving on to our second activity of Velocity Valley, which is the Free Fall Extreme. Before we experience this activity for ourselves though, one of the team from Velocity Valley is giving us a sneak peek at the thing that powers Free Fall Extreme, which is a twin-turbo Detroit diesel V12 18 powering at 200 kilometers per hour.
What the hell is Free Fall Extreme, you may ask? Well, Free Fall Extreme is basically skydiving without having to jump out of a perfectly good airplane. After a really quick briefing, we have been told how to stand above this massive turbine, and then we head outside. There the team is going to be handling us and helping us find the perfect position when basically skydiving without really skydiving. It's a really cool feeling when you feel completely weightless. You feel like flying right above those guys. They're helping us put ourselves in really fun positions and actually experiment a little bit with the wind. It's a great way to practice your skydiving skills if you need to.
Man, that is absolutely epic! It is so cool! Fuck, I loved every second of it.
If you didn't catch my drift, I really did have fun. Then it's Laura's turn, and because Laura is much lighter than I am, the team is really having fun. They're pushing her in every kind of position, and she actually do some tricks which I didn't do at all. It's so much fun to watch her actually being flying above those guys. And when her turn is finally finished, I realized she got a free haircut.
How was that, Laura?
Awesome! My face!
The haircut is absolutely amazing!
Look! After that insane experience, we are totally ready to try something else at Velocity Valley. So the next thing we're going to be trying is a thing called the swoop, which is pretty much like a giant swing. Robin and I are put into some really unusual harnesses where we're lying down on our bellies and we kind of look like a couple of beached whales being taken off the beach. We are then raised about 140 feet over Velocity Valley and released into the air. Whoa, that is the most extreme swing I have ever done, and you can reach speeds of about 130 kilometers per hour apparently if you are heavy enough. For Robin and I, we probably don't reach those speeds, but it really feels like it. There was even a second right at the beginning of the swing where we did a little bit of a free fall before swooping and getting loads of momentum to get that speed. But for our next activity, we are remaining at ground level as we hop into the jet boats.
As soon as we board on the boat, we meet Brandon, which is going to be our pilot today. Yes, he's a pilot. He's not the captain, he's not the driver, he's an actual pilot. He has some background on racing. He's going to be driving us in this 450 horsepower V8 engine that goes from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in matters of seconds. As soon as you step on the pedal, the boat roars and goes at a super fast speed around this tiny lake. This whole course has been especially designed for such a tiny jet boat. It's super maneuverable and we get some really sharp turns, giving us some extreme G-force. It's really interesting at that speed that we actually have the sensation of gliding and even flying above the water. We don't really feel like we are on the water. It's very, very weird, and it's really something to try because it goes super fast. Because we're doing multiple loops around this little lake, we get to actually know the track a little better. So sometimes we actually get to expect the turn. But even when it's a turn that we know is about to happen, it still straps us so far back on our seat. I really don't know how Brandon successfully handled that boat at this speed with such a finesse. And it's after a last 360-degree spin that we are managing to make it back alive in one piece onto the docking station. That is really the best way to finish a day at Velocity Valley, but now I think that Laura and I have some well-deserved pampering to do.
Next time on New Zealand's Biggest Gap Year, day 286, part 2, we are heading to the Polynesian Spa. This famous hot pool's right in the centre of Rotorua is famous for its mineral and geothermal waters, so join us next time and subscribe so you don't miss any of our awesome episodes of New Zealand's Biggest Gap Year. As we are rising, Robin is just saying in my ear like, "Oh my god, that's high. Oh, that's high. Oh, that's higher than I thought. Oh, it's pretty high, isn't it? Oh, it's high." So we've established we are pretty high above the adventure park right now.
Alright everybody, I hope that you did enjoy this video. We certainly did enjoy doing all those different adventures for sure. So usually during this section of the video, I go over the comments and questions you had the first time we published it. And today we only have a really nice sentence from Rushik saying, "You guys are really beautiful. I watch your every video first in the morning. One day I would like to live like you guys. Lots of love. I am your fan." That's very lovely. Thank you very much, Rushik, for all the love. We really appreciate you. If you too are planning a trip to New Zealand and hope to make the most out of your holiday, make sure to check out nzpocketguide.com. It is New Zealand's largest travel guide. It is available for free to everybody, so make sure to check it out. Laura and I put our heart and soul behind the website, making sure that there is thousands and thousands of articles full of tips for you to make the most out of your time in New Zealand. If you feel like interacting with us a little bit more, you can check out the NZ Travel Show. It's a show that we do right here on YouTube every single Sunday at 8 AM New Zealand time. And what we do, we answer all your questions about traveling in New Zealand for a whole hour. So we go over the live chat and answer everything that pops in, which has to do with traveling in New Zealand, of course. So if you are planning a trip to New Zealand and want to bounce some ideas with us, go nuts and join us then. In the meantime, you have an awesome day and I'll see you in the next video.